Alright, guys, another Patreon request, and this one comes from Cyborg 19.99, and they asked me to do a three-way crossover between Inspector Gadget, G.I. Joe, and Spy X Family, which actually was one of the choices for the crossover I had as on a poll that in that one, the Helsing Resident Evil Suicide Squad one won. So in here, I guess he wanted the idea so much, Cyborg decided, hey, I'll just request it as a Patreon. So yeah, so here we go. So this three-way crossover basically begins in the home of the Folger family. So Forger family. So the Forger family. Yor and Lloyd are basically just enjoying a day with Anya. They're getting ready to go to the zoo in Ostania and basically just have a day out. Just have a regular, normal day out. And that's when shit goes sideways, because when they go to the zoo, they get separated for like a second, and Anya gets abducted. And yeah, the last thing you want to do is abduct the adopted daughter of a deadly assassin and a deadly spy. So they split up and comb the entire area of the zoo, and that's when she's basically like investigating where Anya was, and that's when Zartan, he's disguised as a security guard. And that's when he draws his gun and reveals he's Zartan, shoots at Yor, they fight, and Zartan basically reveals, hey, Yor, guess what? We took your kid, and if you kill me, then you won't get shit out of me. And if I don't come back, they'll kill your kid. Cobra has your kid. And Yor's like, oh god. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Lloyd gets accosted by an agent of MAD, who basically says, hey, we got your kid. We know who you are, Twilight. We know who you are, the great Agent Twilight, you know. How many MAD agents did you kill? Oh, right. Good number, right? You probably lost count after 50. I understand. Listen, we got your daughter, so, you're gonna have to listen to us now. So both Cobra and Mad both have they're working together after abducting Anya. Basically, the reason being is that both Cobra and Mad both have stake in Ostania. They both want to have a hand in the new government party. For Mad, it's basically to have a kind of like a safe zone for MAD agents, kind of like somewhere where they could flee to, and in case shit went sideways against the various agencies, there would be somewhere where they could have political asylum. As for Cobra, they want it because they want to have control of the political party on the grounds of they could literally just have a base there and also have a doorway into Europe. They could literally have and under political protection, they could now have a jumping point into other nations of Europe. So yeah. Now the reason why they both attacked separately was because there was kind of compartmentalized information. For Mad, they knew about Twilight because Lloyd had killed Mad agents before, and Yor was known by Cobra because they were curious about the organization of joining forces with the organization. So yeah, they basically both one knew about the other, so they didn't know that both of them were both a spy and an assassin. They basically were either that one's the useless one and that's the person we want, but it's not like they were both people of interest. So and the reason why they took Anya was because they kind of found out, hey, there's this master assassin and this spy. Let's take him out. This is the only thing that could really stop us from taking over the country. So if we take their daughter, then we're not going to have a problem. Unfortunately, Lloyd and Yor get away, and this is the part where they're like, we don't know what to do. So Lloyd makes a call to his agency, and he's like, hey, my adopted daughter is kidnapped, and now there's mad agents and possibly Cobra in the area. We need help. So while this is also going on, Yor makes contact with the Arashikage, who the clan is actually allies to her organization. So Yor gets in contact with the Arashikage, and Snake Eyes and Jinx arrive. Meanwhile, Lloyd's agency is like, look, we got a guy. There's another agency we work with. There's a guy. He's a top agent for them, but just be prepared. He's a lot. So Inspector Gadget comes to Astanya and under the guise of a private eye who is here to help find Anya. Meanwhile, Yor introduces Jinx and Snake Eyes as family friends who are concerned and want to help find Anya. So that's how the story goes, and Gadgets is introduced as a detective that Lloyd hired to help him find his daughter. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Anya is kidnapped, is under the watch of both Cobra and Dr. Claw, who Mindbender scans Anya and discovers like there's an anomaly in her brain, and she's like, and they're like, oh, do tell. And they're like, maybe we could use this to our advantage, sir. And Dr. Claw's like, yes, we could totally use this. Cobra Commander's like, bitch, I don't know where you think you are, but you don't get to call the shots here. I do. Let's use something with that. So, yeah. So what follows is basically just a comedy of errors of this newly made group trying to find Cobra and Mad somewhere in Astanya, while Anya basically is Anya to the agents of Cobra, who are ordered not to kill her on the grounds of she might have she's valuable to their cause. You know, that's more or less what the story is. It's just one big like comedy of errors leading from one thing to another, and that's kind of where we are with this story, until eventually Anya is rescued, and by that point Cobra and Dr. Claw are like, just get rid of the kid because we're tired of it. We're just tired of it. So yeah. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Inspector Gadget, G.I. Joe, and Spy X Family crossover. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Like it, hate it, comment below, let me know. And like I said before, I'd once again like to thank Cyborg 19.99 for their continued patronage. And like I've said with other videos, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and hit the 4th tier where you guys can start sending video requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.